Hello and welcome to Monday. That's right, Monday is here. Weekend passed on by pretty quickly with, decent weather. Got a lot done outside. I want to say hello to my co host, Phineas TL, the man with all the wealth. That's right, the wealth, when I mention wealth, it's not monetary, basically, but
Phew.
not, yeah, wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience, and just wealth of full mischief.
Uh,
That's
good,
Phineas TL.
good afternoon, everybody. Hoping everybody's well and having a happy Monday and a great start to the week. And yeah, the weekend did fly by. It was like it seemed like it was Friday, and next thing you know, it was Monday morning. And somewhere in there was a whole lot of living and stuff going on. So,
Yeah,
welcome everybody.
it's crazy. The week kind of is, the older you get, the old adage, the faster it goes, which is really true. But the week does seem to kind of linger on at times. And boy, when Friday hits, it's here, boom, and it's Monday. And it just seems like the weekends are always action packed. Not that the week is not, but the weekend is a different beast in itself.
Definitely, definitely. It's just sort of time flies when you're not having fun and when you are having fun. So there we go. Oh,
Uh,
looks like we've got a crowd of
it's
people.
a great day, David says.
Closet team just called me.
Very, very good. Fantastic. What does Klausenstein had to say?
He's wanting to know if you're awake yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm awake. I'm on the show. Where's he at?
You didn't realize that until I whispered in his ear.
That's Scott for you. Absolutely. So, hey, you know what? We've got a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of overcast. It's kind of back and forth. Sun will pop out, go back behind a little bit of cloud cover. It's hot. We're hot again, man. Our little hint of fall didn't last long. It came, it went, and it's been hot for the last week. We had 90s, heat index up there. So, hey, we're just in that pattern and waiting for that really first real cool spell. That's the one I'm looking for.
Well, we're currently 70 degrees and partly cloudy, and it was really humid and sticky. But now it just feels cool and damp as the sun goes down below the horizon right now. So it's amazing how you go from humid to damp with just a bit of a change in where the sun's positioned in the sky. So
Very true. That's the
yep,
sun does create that burn off and into the atmosphere. Excuse me, atmosphere, and it's that time of year too where we lose several minutes a day of sunlight. So we're in that transitional pattern. Fall will be here what, in a week or so. So
yep.
uh, you know, I can remember in the height of the summer here in North Central Texas, we stay daylight. Dusk around 9 p.m. Now it's around 8, so we've lost an hour since we hit the equinox and headed back the other direction. But that's all right. That again, the less the sun is up this time of year, the better off we are, and that just means that fall is on its way.
It means it falls on its way and Christmas is coming. So there we
Yes,
go.
we're talking about how fast time flies, man. It's going to be here before we know it. I mean, I was just looking at the calendar yesterday, and it's coming. It's coming like a wrecking ball, you might say. So
Just about 3 months, 3 months, and for us in the Christmas performance industry, it's about another month or two, and then we just get busy, busy, busy. So
well, that is so true, so true. So I finished up all my what they call onboarding for the mall this year, and just looking forward to meeting who my manager might be this year. And we lost our district manager last year. She passed away with cancer, and she'd been with me, I think, out of the 12 years there, she had been with me 10 of those 12 years. So someone I had grown to know well. Her and her husband were friends, not only, colleagues at the Cherry Hill, but anyway, so we'll be getting a new district this year. Not real sure who that'll be, but those are exciting things to find out. Now, time will tell whether or not it all works out and who it'll be, but looking forward to meeting those folks and get started. The season just again the season drags on, but yet it flies by, and then we have to wait a whole 10 months, 9.5 months, 9 months, depending on when you start to really get started again. Unless you do the July events, and those are just few and far between. So
yep, indeed, indeed. But definitely always good to get a chance to meet new people and get new contacts, especially after working with the company for so long. So
Yeah, very true. And now you mentioned to me that you guys' schedule has really filled up, and that's a good thing. I mean, uh, this time of year, there's a lot of guys that have booked everything they want to book, and
Mhm.
still got people knocking their doors down. And I guess that's a good problem to have. Most of us of elderly age, you might say, uh, we have to pick and choose. Well, otherwise we could work ourselves into a frenzy and just completely wear ourselves out and have a meltdown before the end of the season. But uh,
Yeah, you need to keep yourself well rested and healthy during the season, and you don't want to wear yourself too thin. You know.
very, very, very true. So, Angela, do we have Santa B today?
We do.
Fantastic. I think let's go ahead and jump in and see what the inspirational weekly video is from Santa B, and we'll come back on the other side of that and chat some more.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B back with you here again today. And today we're going to finish out the 4 P's you need and the one that you don't. So far, we've talked about preparation, progress, presence, and persistence. Those are all the P's that you need. The one you don't need is perfection. Far too often, we are willing to sacrifice what is good, sometimes even great, for what we think perfection may be. Perfection may be something that we strive for, but I don't think so. We strive to be better. We strive to increase. We strive to reach out. We don't need to seek perfection. It doesn't really exist. So remember the 4 P's you need, and don't get tangled up in that last one. Be blessed, be well. I love you all.
Well, that's great. Good to have all of our peas in a pod and make sure that we are ready for the season. And that is an inspirational message. Love that. Rob Wood is such an asset to our community as a Santa, as a strong voice with his religion and the things that he does for the veterans, him being a veteran himself. Just want to say thank you, Santa B. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you very, very, very much, my friend.
And I have to agree with his message because perfection can get in the way of you being fully engaged. If you're looking to be perfect in everything you do, you've missed the point. I think Mark Cuban said perfection is the enemy of success, and it can get in the way of you being engaging, of you being you know authentic and your best authentic self. So by all means, strive for the other 4 P's that Sotheby's talked about, and just be the best you can be. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Just be the best you can be, and that's all you can ask for yourself. So.
Very true, Phineas. And patience at this time of year is another asset that we all need to keep in our portfolio. Again, trying to work with contracts and agents and photographers, and you get tired and you get hot, and just remember to keep your patience, keep your wits about you. And I always like to say, slow down and enjoy the moment.
Yep.
So many
Yep.
people get caught up in that moment and they forget to enjoy it. It becomes more of a work burden in a way, and it shouldn't. It should be a joyful time, a time that you enjoy spending time with children and families who come to you and look up to you as Santa. So great message. Love it, love it, love it. And always inspirational for sure.
Yes, indeed. Take time and smell the hot cocoa.
Yes, absolutely. And if there's a rose on the table, get a whip of it too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anything in the crock pot, go ahead and go lift the lid up and smell what's
the crock pot, the freshly baked cookies. Yeah.
in there. Just go ahead and get our sniffer working this time of year because it's going to be full of
Yep.
different smells and flavors.
Yep.
All right, you know what? I guess it's time. Let's go ahead and slide right off into santascloset.org, our trivia. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different today, Phineas. Instead of actually reading that question, we're just going to put it up on the screen to be read by those watching.
Are
And
we
Huh?
Are we skipping something burger?
I was going to say, are we skipping the burger today?
Oh man, you know what? I must have scrolled my page up too far. Stupid Santa. Yeah, let's do that first thing. Well, and okay, so when we get to the trivia, that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and slide into our something burger.
I was going to say, speaking of something, smelling something, how about some grilled burger?
Oh man, I don't know where I'm at today. It's been hectic. We we always got a lot going
It
on.
was that week off you took last week.
All right, so
Here we
something
go.
burger. Here we go.
Here we go.
So, for today's Something Burger question, once again, I'm focusing on your character and your backstory. And this will be a question that we often get every year, every season, particularly if you're visiting with a young believer who has the burning question for Santa, Mrs. Claus, the mean green guy, the snowman, whoever you are playing. And that question is, everybody comes and talks to Santa and asks Santa, tells Santa what they want for Christmas. But every so often, you get that one conscientious person who wants to know what Santa wants for Christmas or what Mrs. Claus wants for Christmas or whomever. So, what would you, as the holiday persona you portray, hope to get for Christmas this year? What is your Christmas wish for this year? Now, typically, Phineas will just say something along the fact that, I just really like a cup of coffee because I didn't get all that much sleep over the past couple of weeks. And, by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm just going to need a good, strong cup of coffee. But more often than not, if they ask Phineas to come on, be serious about this, Phineas. Phineas will just say, I just want to see everybody be the best person they can be on Christmas and make sure that they say thank you to everybody who gave them something, gifts and presents and their love each year. So just remember who gave you the gift you got and just be thankful and thank them personally. And that's typically what I answer. But first, it's usually, I'd really just like a good cup of coffee right now. And sometimes Phineas ends up with a good cup of coffee because he said that. And woe to be Santa because caffeinated Phineas can be a very interesting thing to be around. So.
Now, I've mentioned before that I have a cookie store within eyesight. It's I sit right in front of the escalators coming from the second story floor down to the lower level, and there's a cookie store right behind that elevator. I can actually see it. Of course, they get the first ones there each morning, and the mall smells like cookies every morning. So I use that a lot. I just want a fresh cookie or something, and I end up bringing cookies home almost every night because folks will go buy them. But a lot of times if it's an adult that asks me that, I always say world peace. But I know it's never going to happen because it's just not mankind. In the history of this world and folks walking upright, that there's always been conflict and war, and people just don't see eye to eye. And they always say, "Well, that's a great wish to have," but really, what would you really like to have? Well, I kind of take that to the next level and say, "Well, it's a long ride, and you do understand that I only get the sleigh out, the flying sleigh out on Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, and that's a long way to travel down here." Because when I leave the North Pole, of course, everything is south. But I have to travel down to the little airport where I get on a little airplane, fly to the big airport where I get on a big airplane, make a layover in another city before I actually get to where I'm going. It'd be nice to have a new snowcat with a real good heater in it. Folks kind of get a kick out of that. So, I mean, you can make whatever backstory you want, use it,
Yep.
change it up each year. That way it's fresh. The moral of the story always is remember your backstory, make sure it rolls off your tongue, and that that you're believable.
Well, looks like Santa Scott is asking for a joke right now. He needs a good laugh. So So if someone would like to put that in the comments, but hopefully Santa Scott will be feeling a little bit better. But good to see you, Scott. Let's see. Rosetta McBride said that the cookie store sounds absolutely wonderful. So welcome, Rosetta. Rosetta is a friend of mine from Florida, and she's also a wonderful artist. So welcome. Good to see you, Rosetta. So thank you.
Yeah, the cookies again. I smell those from the time I get there to the time I leave. They're baking cookies all day long, and the folks down there at the cookie store are really, really, really nice folks. And the manager, assistant manager, and all the folks that work there, the different shifts and things. They have to come right past the Santa set. We sit right in front of Spencer's Gifts, and right next to it is the public bathrooms. There's only two sets of public restrooms in the whole mall. It's a three-tier mall. And of course, so it's a very busy spot. Plus, we're right in front of Dillard's, another very busy store there at the mall. Probably the top performing box store now there since Sears went out a number of years ago. But they go by. They like to stop and wave and talk to me and chat with me, and they bring me cookies too. So it's like like I say, I come home with cookies almost every night. Now I may take a bite because I have to watch my sugar intake. As much as I'd love to sit down and gorge on a whole bag full of those things, I just can't. But our granddaughter really appreciates it. She and Angela too. She'll get a bite or two here or there. Mrs. Claus may take a bite or two, but our granddaughter is the beneficiary of most of the cookies. But
Indeed. When we get food stuff, Phineas often says, I've got to be careful. I got to take care of my gorillish figure. So
good one. I like that. I like that a lot.
AJ says that he likes to say to the children to keep up the good work and keep on trying to be good, and he would just be very happy with that. So once
good one, AJ. Way to go, buddy.
Yep. And Santa David would like a memory to treasure, a photo album or a frame picture of Santa David in action, capturing the smiles that he's brought to others, and maybe a favorite snack tucked into his stocking. Or even a handwritten letter of gratitude. So yes, a thank you note is always something lovely. And sometimes we do actually receive thank you notes to our mailbox. So that's always something that is remarkable to get. So.
Yeah, you can get the darndest gifts from children that come to see you. Some unusual gifts. Sometimes I've had a couple of rocks that children have brought me. It was their favorite rock, and they wanted to give it to Santa. And of course, what the heck am I going to do with a rock? But I play along with it and thank them so much. And I always tell them I'm going to put it in my rock garden. That snow covers the North Pole the majority of the year. Very seldom do we ever see the snow melt all the way down, but I do have a rock garden right outside the workshop. And, again, just build your backstory and have fun with it. Let the children be part of that. And, always incorporate them and the families that come to spend their hard-earned money to see you. If they pay to see you, if they pay for photos, of course, most of us do it for free when it comes to the companies that we're working for. And it's up to them if they want to sell photos or take cell phone pictures or, however it's structured for each position that you work at. But, just have fun with it.
Yep. Well, one of the things that we do when we get, because every child has, they've usually done a craft or a coloring sheet or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, we just had our coloring sheet produced this year, and it's a fun one for the comic book geeks. But when we get the artists who give us their little crafts or hand-drawn Christmas letters and everything like that, first thing I do, if it is the Christmas letter and the actual letter, Phineas, make sure that Mom and Dad have a copy of it before we tuck it away, because very often you see the panic look on Mom and Dad's face, and you know that they have not actually seen what they want from the letter from Santa. But at the same time, if it's something that we can keep, I've got a refrigerator and a freezer downstairs in my basement that I say is in the elves' commissary, and we put all of the beautiful artwork on the fridge and freezer doors, and we take a picture of it so everybody can see all the artwork that we have each year from the children. And it's just a wonderful way to engage on our social media, and people love it because every so often you get the parents going, oh, Joey saw his artwork and he saw it in the elves' kitchen and in the elves' commissary, and the elves are looking at it every time they go get their cookies and milk and stuff like that. So it's always fun to do that.
I love that. I love that a lot. David and John both have some good ones there. And David, it's very true. I have gotten some painted rocks,
Mm-hmm.
and again, that whether or not they paint them themselves or
Yep.
they're in a club where they swap rocks around or hide them, as John kind of goes on to say here.
Yeah.
Uh,
A rock is the most important gift because it's something that they themselves got, and it's something special because it's something they found and it's important to them.
that's right.
And that's the main thing that I always make sure is that if a child comes up specifically to give me something, it's important to them, especially if they've been shy earlier or they're very shy or something. So you've got to treat it like the gift that it is because they don't have a lot to give. And if
They
they give you
don't.
something like a rock or a piece of art that they created or something like that, you got to treat it like it's one of the most precious things possible because they are being very intentional with it. It is something that they found and want to give you and share with you, or they made and they want to share it with you. So I've got a special pocket in our bag that we use that I put all of the found objects in, and we note that we have received it. And I actually have a folder of all of the artwork and stuff that we've received over the years. That is in a filing box to make sure that we have it separated by years because we're also able to show with our repeat clients, we got this last year, we have this year, we have the.
I'm always amazed at the artwork from very professional looking for a young person to the scribbles. But I still make just as big of a deal out of one as I do the other because again, it's all about the children. But the ones that are the funniest are the ones that the parents, be it just mom or dad or grandparents, standing there while you're looking at this scribbled out what is supposed to be artwork from a 5-year-old, and you're making a big deal about it, and then you look up at them, kind of wink at them, and you just see the glow on their face. They are so proud that Santa is acknowledging and giving credit towards something that really is. I mean, I can't even tell what it is. Sometimes children say, "Well, Santa, that's you," and this is me, and okay, well, that looks just like me, and the parents will just giggle again. It's always fun. Notes and letters are always fun.
Yeah. John Schnegelberger says, just try not to accept the gooey stuff in the hand. And well, John, that's why I keep hand wipes and hand sanitizer handy at all times. And when I do stuff where we've got a large public event, I actually have, it's kind of like it looks like a little candy cane bucket, but it is a plastic lined bucket that's got a plastic bag in it where I can drop the less pleasant things to have in your hand, shall we say.
John, note to John, be sure and take extra gloves.
And that's also why Phineas does not work with gloves for the most part. If they are, they're leather. So
that kind of reminds me, makes me think of slime when I hear that. It's amazing how slime was really popular a few years back, especially right around the COVID year. And it kind of fell off for a couple of years. I didn't get a lot of requests for slime, but this last season, it seemed like it had a comeback season because I had so many children asking for slime again. Again, you can have a little bit of fun there because you can make your own slime. It's a little bit of a process, but it's a fun project if you want to get mom or grandma or somebody involved. And I always try to tell the parents, if you don't know how to do it, go to YouTube because you can find so many tutorials over there how to make slime fairly simple. That way you don't have to pay a big price for it. You can make it in mass quantities, and when you get tired of it, throw it away, and you ain't got a whole lot invested. So
exactly, slime and play sand and all the gooey, gross stuff that can make. Yeah. Rosetta says that she's got a black rock that she always keeps with me, and she's had it for years. Yep. I actually keep a piece of labradorite with me at all times because I do know Blake Menzing uses a story about labradorite being a piece of the aurora borealis that fell to the ground. It's a wonderful story. So Phineas always has one with him, and I always carry one with me as well. So
good luck piece or good luck charm, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Good to have.
What about Labubus? Labubus, that's a whole nother story, David. That's this year's big thing for now.
Scott Saratine says, just ask the elves. They make slime daily. This is true, Scott. Very true.
Yes, indeed. We've got a story about the North Pole about how we had a slime spill, and it took years to get that mess cleaned up because the slime had glitter mixed in, and glitter gets everywhere, and it's just a horrible mess. So,
Yep, glitter gets in every crack, crevice, nook, nanny, you name it, it gets there.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hello, Carl. Carl says, "Okay, gents, I got here late, and the first word I hear is slime." Hey, we've been having a great conversation today, Carl. Glad you joined us. Yeah, we were talking about the different things that children bring you at Christmas time. Start off with rocks, and I think we're ending up with slime. So,
Yep.
well, actually, I guess we started with cookies and a couple other things, but rocks got mentioned, and we went from there to slime.
Yes, indeed, Santa. I beat you to it.
Oh yeah. All right, we can continue to chat here a little bit while we wait for another comment or two to come in, or talk about what else we like to receive from children at Christmas time. But while we do that, Angela, why don't you go ahead and let's throw up trivia question for today. We're going to put it up, leave it up for a moment or two before we actually read it. And since we've got this nice EV Mux graphic package and things put together for this particular segment, we'll get her to throw that up on the screen.
We're going to do the video first.
Okay, do the video first, and then we'll do that.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob and Phineas Live, the show about nothing. Season 4 of Bob and Phineas is brought to you by santascloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, presented by TNL Network Productions. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob and Phineas in the TNL studios and today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
All right, she's going to put that up. We're going to chat some more. Another little story I want to share with everyone with the cookie store, because it is right there. Dillard's is really easy to get in and out of if you're coming to the mall to be on that particular wing of the mall. Many malls have different areas, different wings, different anchor stores, and that's the way our mall is set up. It was built in '69, opened up in '70, and but they had these great big pizza-sized cookies. They're party cookies. I don't know how many of you ever seen them or not, but if I don't have anyone in the chair with me, and it's early in the season especially, and I see someone walking towards the set to go past it, to go out Dillard's, exit through the store there, I'll jump up, run over to the rail, throw my hands out and say, "Thank you. How did you know?" It's always a great moment. They get a kick out of it. A lot of them will pull it back and say, no, this is for a birthday party, or I'll catch you next time. But they always have something fun to say. But that's another one that you can use if you have a cookie store in your mall and they have those giant cookies. Jump up and act like you're going to take it away from them, or thank them for bringing it to you when you know it's not coming to you.
That's just enough for my afternoon snack. Thank you.
Just enough. I'll devour that in about 5 minutes. It won't take that long. All right, Phineas, we've had that up for a few moments there. Our trivia question to the right, santascloset.org trivia. Go ahead and read that out loud now, and let's let folks have a shot at it.
In a 1953 war film, the prisoners of war decorated a Christmas tree with their dog tags. Which actor earned an Academy Award for starring as J.J. Sefton in this film, and what is this film's name?
Yeah. A lot of people say, is this really a Christmas movie? Well, yes, it really was. It was Christmas related. So good luck on that one. that's not a very common known film. So I think if anyone guesses it right off the bat, that's pretty good. If not,
Well,
then
we do have a winner right off the bat.
did we?
Yes.
We did.
Ah, looky there. How about that?
Yep.
All right.
Did we?
Yes.
Yes.
We sure did, didn't we? And he just joined. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, speaking of Johnny or Carl on the spot, I tell you. Let's see. David's got one there for you, Phineas.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Who's there? Santa. Santa who? Santa claustrophobic. I got stuck in the chimney again.
While trying to get out the chimney with a sack full of cookies.
Indeed.
Thank you for leaving those by the milk. The milk was good. More cookies than I could eat. I got to get on my way, but it's all right. Got stuck in the chimney because of all those cookies.
Yes, indeed.
Either the belly done it or the sack full of cookies done it. Not sure which. Okay. Hey, that was pretty cool. I didn't expect anybody to get it that quick, but hey, there are some folks that do watch a lot of films out there, and
Some folks that like the war movies too, right? So
maybe one of those. Exactly. So that was our winner, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We'll address that on the backside, but congratulations to him anyway. Okie dokie. I guess at this point, if I'm not jumping too far ahead here on the script, it's time to say thank you to the folks who helped put the show on.
yes, indeed.
I'm gonna get down there. Here. All right.
Ho, 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 ho.
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel. Be cool.
Ho, 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 ho. Yes, indeed. Preparations are in full swing for our North Pole Cornerstones, npcornerstones.com. That will be February 12th through the 15th, 2026. Of course, that means February 14th, Saturday night, is Valentine's Day. And we are planning to go down to Bricktown Entertainment District there in Oklahoma City. commercial bus will take us down. And Scott Saratin went down and did a walk around, went to some of the restaurants, got photos, which I did not have time to put into a package for today. But our, as she likes to call herself, Liz Roosh, our marketing guru, that's her term, not mine, has completely revamped the website, all new pages, all new information, and she will be uploading some of those photos and things shortly, if not already. That Scott was able to bring back with him a little video that he put together, also a promo video. I want to thank Scott for that. Thank Liz for all her hard work, and Deanna Golden as well. Like I said, we have gotten so many scholarship applications this year. It really blows my mind. It really means one of two things, folks are paying attention. Number one, and taking the time to submit those. Number two is that folks need help financially, and wish we could give more than just the one Mrs. Claus and one Santa one away. But right now we're just stuck with two. But there are 5 opportunities that Larry Lance, that Phineas has a part in, is one of those, and then the one that Cherry Hill has already chosen. One of our viewers, Bill Coates, won that one. Congratulations again, Bill. And then the other one that is out there for TNL, which we will be drawing that at our last show of the year on Tuesday night. So 5 chances to get a scholarship, and we hope that if you do not win the scholarship, that you'll still figure out a way to come down and spend the weekend with us. It's going to be fun. Phineas and Dr. Bruce are doing several segments for us again this year. I've got a great list of presenters this year, not only our core team, but our guest presenters. Some of the same topics, some new topics, some new presentations within those topics, so it's not the same old material. We try to freshen it up year after year. So come join us February 12th through the 15th, 2026, Oklahoma City North, Edmond, 2833 Conference Drive. That is the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center. And we got a heck of a price on our hotel rooms, discounted down. Best price we've had so far. So check that out, npcornerstones.com.
Yes, indeed. And to further up the Larry Lance Memorial Scholarship, I've gotten several applications for that, and I have whittled it down, and I will likely be making the announcement very soon. So
very good.
So
well, thank you, Phineas, for that. Fantastic. It's so noble, and again, it helps keep Larry's legacy alive.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Coming up on September 19th to 21st, so in just a few days.
Days. They are en route tomorrow, I believe they leave.
Yes, indeed. Santa Nana's Holiday University is coming to the Chicago area in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, hosted by the Northern Illinois Christmas Entertainers. Santa Nana's Holiday University offers a school from a different perspective, providing a woman's point of view, but it is designed for all entertainers, be you a Santa Claus, a Mrs. Claus, an elf, solo performer, or couple. It provides hands-on breakout sessions that give you real tools to enhance your own unique portrayal. And your tuition rates include 2 lunches and a dinner, several snacks, beverages, your graduation reception, and a student handbook, and much more. Go to santanana.com to register and for more information.
Right, and Santa Chuck has really put a lot of time and effort into putting that together as the host, and looking forward to a great class there for those folks for that weekend. And can't go wrong with Deanna and Golden and Judith Broderick. Fantastic duo. And go ahead, Phineas.
Go ahead. And coming up in July 2026 in Branson, Missouri, once again, Spangle the Clown is putting on School of Santas, featuring keynote instructor Joe Barney. So once again, July 17th or 16th through 19th in Branson, Missouri. Join Spangle, Joe Barney, and the rest of the crew for School of Santas for a wonderful time of education, entertainment, and of course, cobbler. So
That's right. Back to MP Cornerstones real quick. Santa Scott has mentioned that you need to get over and register if you have not. And we did have a little bit of a change on the website only because the new updated website was a test to start with, and we just transferred the test straight over. So it's mpcornerstones2026.com. But if you leave the 2026, it will still default back to the 2026 site, the new site. So either way, mpcornerstones.com or mpcornerstones2026.com get you there. Thanks, Scott. Okay. You know what? I hope that shovel's all polished up and
It is. It is. It had a rough last week with Randall, and it's ready to go.
very good. Let's go ahead and run the promo. Digging Deeper with Phineas is next, right after this.
Good afternoon, everybody. So today's Something Burger question was a little question that got you thinking about character work. And being able to ask and answer a question about what you as your Christmas character would like for Christmas this year is it's a very random question as to who you are as a character and what your expectations and dreams are, and something that you are likely going to be faced with at some point during your portrayal. Maybe it won't be this year, but likely it could be next year or any time. But it is a type of question that you do definitely have to be able to answer, and you should be able to answer it without any ums or ahs or thinking too much, unless you make a thing. And it's like, now what would I really like for Christmas this year? That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it because I'm too busy making your Christmas presents and getting stuff ready and making sure that Santa and Mrs. Claus. So it all goes down into who you are as a character and whether or not the believers come to you as a believer, and if they're going to leave believing that you are Santa or Mrs. Claus or the elf or whatever. And so being able to have a list of those answers at hand, at immediate notice, at immediate recall, especially if you're going to see those people repeatedly. You might actually see their brother or their cousin, and they do talk. Oh, you're going to see Santa at such and such mall. Well, ask him what he wants for Christmas, and they'll compare and contrast, and you got to make sure that it's consistent at least, or it might change or something like that because you said it was going to be this last time, because there's always going to be someone wanting to play the gotcha, and it's typically the child who's 8 to 10 to 11 years old who is either on the cusp of not believing or trying to get their younger siblings to not believe as well, or prove to their younger siblings that there is no Santa or whatever. So it all helps in having your backstory and character as well. And if it's consistent with who you are as a character, or consistent with your portrayal, if you're a playful Santa, you can make it as playful as you want. Or if you're a serious Santa or a Saint Nicholas even, that would inform what your answer is. So just knowing who you are as a character, and that is part and parcel of having your backstory and knowledge and such like that. So there are plenty of opportunities to answer those questions. You might even get asked, hey Santa, what are you getting Mrs. Claus for Christmas this year? And we all know the correct response is whatever she asks for. And definitely just making sure that you have a consistent question, or if you're working with a Mrs. Claus at an event, and as Sean White and Jeff Wirtz have said that, they talk about stuff that they're going to use as talking points so they can, feed information to their believers and the children that they visit. So if they visit with Mrs. Claus first, they'll be able to talk to Santa and, talk about, the fact that, I hear Mrs. Claus makes really good chicken dumplings, or whatever the favorite cookie is. John, yeah, wanting a blueberry pie. That way Mrs. Claus makes something other than cookies, and it could be seen in my whiskers if I miss my mouth. Yeah, I can see that, because having the blue lipstick or the blue stain around your beard is probably not a good thing. But then again, the pie does have crumbs as well, and that would get caught in your beard for sure too, definitely. So, and that definitely would go towards who you are as Santa, and what your Santa portrayal is like too, because um, I know a couple of Santas always like, I can't have chicken wings up until Christmas because everybody wants to see me with a nice clean white beard, and goodness, if I get wing sauce in my beard and everything is orange and stuff like that. So, and that's all things that you have to do. And what I want for Christmas is just some chicken wings. So you could do it that way, and just having an answer, having consistency, especially if you're working with a partner, a Mrs. Claus, an elf, or something like that. That way, they're able to say, "Hey, do you know what Santa really wants for Christmas this year? Do you know what Santa's favorite cookie is?" Um, you know, "Oh, no, 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 it's not chocolate chip cookies, it's coconut macaroons." "Yes, I know. Nobody knows how to make coconut macaroons. That's why you go to the store and buy them." And stuff like that. So, and that way, it's something that you can share with your working partner or whoever you're working with. And also, why whenever I work with a new performer, I go through an interview process with them where I want to find out, what's your Santa's favorite cookie? What's Mrs. Claus's first name? What does Mrs. Claus do at the North Pole, et cetera, et cetera? Who's Santa's favorite elf? And that way I'm able to support them. So lots of opportunity there for character development and reinforcing who you are as a character, and just being ready to answer those difficult questions in character as yourself, and being able to maintain the illusion that we are who we are. Once again, if anybody has any questions that you want me to address in the coming weeks, keeping in mind that I am going to be doing every other week and Randall will be doing the other weeks, by all means, message me on Facebook or send me an email, and I will happily address any other questions you may have about character development or backstory. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Very, very, very good. Fantastic. I like the blueberry pie. I was trying to make sure I had it right. That's pretty good. Pretty good stuff there, John.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I guess let's go ahead and let's jump right off into our trivia answer. We've got about 10 minutes left here, so might as well jump into it. Go ahead and read that out there, Phineas.
In a 1953 war film, the prisoners of war decorated a Christmas tree with their dog tags. Which actor earned an Academy Award for starring as J.J. Sefton in this film? And what is this film's name? And of course, it was William Holden who starred as J.J. Sefton and won an Academy Award. And the film itself was Stalag 17.
That's right. And Carl White was our winner. Congratulations again, Carl. Fantastic. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the upcoming guests and shows. Now, we want to mention that next week, Randall will be back with his segment as special co-host, as I will be outside working on the house again, as I will be probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe even some part of Saturday this coming up weeks, what I've got set aside so far. Making great headway, as I've said the last couple of weeks. Got a lot done this last week, and just want to thank Mike and Phineas and Randall and everyone that's helping out on that project by giving me some free time.
Well, thank you for trusting us to do it, Bob. It's always
It's not a matter of trust. I enjoy going back. Of course, I don't get to watch it live because I am outside working. As you know, though, Phineas, I jump in and wave at the beginning of the show to you guys in the green room just to let you know I'm there for support. But I go back and watch it later on, Monday evening. If I'm out working and it's late when I get in, there's been nights when I've come in after dark by the time I get all my tools and things put away for the night. But always a great show. You and Randall just work so well together. And uh, hey, it doesn't miss a lick. Matter of fact, I really enjoy watching you guys. Like I say, do a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the rest of the week's show, starting with tonight. Phineas, you want to grab that?
Tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern is the Claws Connect with Shaun White. And Shaun is on the road and she's going to have a mystery guest live on location. So join Shaun and her mystery guest tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I think it's going to be a fun night tonight. So I have a hint of who the mystery guest might be. So it will be definitely a good one.
I think so. And tomorrow night, Julia Cracky, Thermapparel. Many of you are familiar with Julia. We've had her on once this year already. Anytime that we get out at an event where she's at, she's one of our hangout buddies. Try to go out and have a dinner with her if we can, me and Scott, and enjoy talking with her. She's always full of great information. And this tomorrow night's show is going to be one of those. It's why heat is dangerous for Christmas performers. She sent me 20 pages of information that we will be covering tomorrow night, along with some uh, pretty cool graphics and some photos. So it's going to be a fantastic show. It's a little bit different. At the end of the show, after the second half, she will kind of go through a few new products that she's and her husband and their business partner have come out with. But the majority of the conversation will be why heat is dangerous for Christmas performers and ways to prevent that. All right, Phineas, next.
On Wednesday, the 17th, it's Kringle Time with the Kringle Brothers at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, featuring the 10 rules for Christmas performers to live by.
It's going to be a good one, too. You don't want to miss that one.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Always going to be a fun time and a good discussion with Michael and Herbie. So join in for that one. And on Thursday, the 18th, Santa's Magical Fellowship Group. There is not going to be any fellowship that evening. However, polar opposites will definitely be occurring. Santa Mel is going to be doing some travel at that time, so she might not be able to have any type of time for fellowship, but there definitely will be a polar opposites. So check in on the Santa's Magical Fellowship Group page. Definitely polar opposites at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So.
She had a great guest lined up, someone who's been on the show multiple times, been on our show through the past seasons, and it was going to be a great show. But then she realized that she was committed to traveling to go to visit her mom, and so she's kind of had to put the fellowship on hold. She said if something changed between now and Thursday, she would let us know. That way we can let everybody know. But as of airtime today, it was no fellowship, only polar opposites with Senator Jamie Dozier and John McLeod J-Mac, Senator J-Mac.
Yes.
All right, I want to talk about our new show that will be starting next season, debuting the Couples Clause. Oh, my goodness, guys. Doug sent me, they've already taped a pilot. It is a test pilot. It was a 1 hour long show, which they're going to hold their show to 1 hour. Of course, it's Doug and Jenny and Chris and Kim. And man, they have put so much work into this show. They have been meeting weekly. They've been practicing. They've went through their content. They've set up all their lead-ins or lead-outs. Got a new sponsor on board for their show, along with some of the other sponsors that we've had. I watched he sent me the 1 hour pilot last night. I did get to watch about 20, maybe 25 minutes of it, and I was just like, I was mesmerized by what I saw. such a fantastic show. It's going to be really cool. Going to be one of the most informative shows we will have on the TNL network, and really looking forward to that. Now, they will be our guest next week, not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We'll get to meet the crew, get to talk about their show, the concept, why, why they pick Sunday evenings. So much to talk about there, so you don't want to miss that one. And then they're going to run the test pilot. I don't have an air date for that yet, but they're going to run that ahead of time to give everyone a taste of what they'll be coming out with in March. So don't forget about that. That's going to be a good one. Tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2025 and 2026 now, all powered by the TNL Network Productions. All right, Phineas, this has been a great show.
It's been a great show. Great feedback. Nice to see Scott in the comments. Always good to see Scott.
Yeah, Scott's been busy. He's had a lot going on, but we again, we're in full swing with NP Cornerstones, and he is part of the planning team.
Yep.
And he's been busy working behind the scenes, diligently helping prepare for that. Deanna, of course, has too. She's also got, as we mentioned, Santa Ana Holiday University class coming up this weekend. She's also, chairman of the board for the IBRBS organization. She's a very busy lady. And again, if you have thought about coming to NP Cornerstones, go over there and check out the new website. It's full of a ton of information. More so, it's probably got 200% more stuff on there than our old site had. So a lot of new stuff to look at, a lot of cool stuff to see. Go in and check in and think about signing up. It's going to be a fun class. It's going to be a great class. We're going to have fun in Oklahoma City. Fantastic hotel, great price, great Saturday night for Valentine's Day, and it'll be fun. You got anything you want to wrap up on here, Phineas?
Nope. Just wishing everybody a good week and everybody stay healthy and happy for the coming week. There's been some pretty heavy news happening, but something. Just persevere and remain true to yourself and who you are as a being, and approach the world with love and light, and just do the best you can.
Absolutely, and don't ever stop learning. Get out and get yourself educated. We can always pick up a new tip or two, make new friends, and remember, folks, keep your fellow man in your heart. Let's do away with the decisiveness. Let's come together as a nation, as a community. Let's let this be a time of healing. It's been a tough week. Depends on which side of the aisle you sit on, how your view has been on current affairs. But we are still a nation. Most of all, I want to say we're all children of God, no matter what color, creed, financial situation we're in. What kind of job we have, what we do, how we carry ourselves. And family is very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Not only the Santa community, but your own personal family. And as a nation, we need to heal. So let's take a step back. Let's see if we can do better as a species. And, it's not just us. It's worldwide. There's turmoil everywhere. Things are getting worse instead of better. And it's very disturbing, breaks my heart at some of the things that's going on. Some of the things I've read, it's okay to have your thoughts, but sometimes it's not good to put them out there. Keep them to yourself. It's not going to change anybody's mind. It's not going to make any difference to some people. Some people will get upset, and that just flames the fire, you might say. So anyway, so much for my rant. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you again. See you tomorrow night. Julia, Thermal Apparel.
Have a good night, everybody.